Hello, and welcome to my egg drop simulation practice. So this is an assignment that I give to my 8th grade science students. So there's one STEM that you could use, science, and then also we're using technology, and there's a little bit of engineering involved, but even though it's virtual engineering, there's still some engineering. And you can incorporate some math. Maybe some using of the force and learning the formula for force and how it applies to this. Even though you can't use those measurements with the simulation, it doesn't give you any numbers or anything, but it's a good segue to learn about the formula of force. So that's what I do. And this is my assignment. I use it as in a Google Drive. Students will here's the information. I attach it to my Canvas with my students, and they submit a screenshot here, just kind of like we do, except they show me that they completed it with the end results with their data table, and I'll show you how that goes here. So first, you got to click on the link. Egg drop simulation is going to give you some directions. Welcome to the egg drop lab. In this lab, you will attempt to keep an egg from breaking as we drop it from various heights. So there are different heights, different materials that you get to use, which is really cool. So next, just telling you how to use it. I'll walk you through it. So on this page, it's kind of like your main page. You have your eggs, kind of like your workbench. And here are your materials that are provided. So we have cotton, toilet paper, a lunch box, a cardboard box, some foam peanuts, and some, looks like tin foil. You're only allowed to put 4 different materials on your egg. So that's one of the guides. And then it doesn't really matter what order that you put them in. You get to choose whichever order you want to. The outcome might matter. So let's just say we want to put some cotton on there. So we're just going to go with cotton. We're not going to add any other, and we're just going to test it. So test that. We're going to test from 1 meter. So we go to drop it from 1 meter. Oh, cotton was not enough. Oops, looks like the egg is cracked. Try to unwrap or rewrap your egg and make it stronger. So go to rewrap egg. Maybe we want to add 2 cottons. Oops, 2. Test. Drop the egg. Student comes out. You can see them drop. Oh, still didn't work. Continue. Maybe we need to rewrap. We need to change it up. Let's go with 4 things of cotton and test. Drop the egg. Oh, success. The egg didn't break. So we need to go to the next one. 3 meters. Drop. And, we were not successful. So cotton wasn't enough. Cotton was enough for the 1 meter, but not the 3 meters. And also, something that I usually do with my students is they're like, how far is 3 meters or how far is 5 meters? I actually pull out my meter stick and maybe go in the hallway and have them measure that out so they can tell the difference in those lengths. So they'll have several different variables that they can use. Let's say you reset it. We go with cotton. Oops, to the egg. Cotton. Let's go toilet paper, foam, tin. Test. Drop the egg. We're still at 3 meters because we already did. And let's see what happens. Boom. Oh, it cracked. So we'll go back and try again. Rewrap. Let's go reset. Let's go cotton, toilet paper, peanut, foam, peanut, and cardboard. Boom. Test. Drop the egg. And boom, success. It did not crack. So we'd go to 5 meters, drop the egg. We're not changing anything out. We'll just see if it works. Oh, it did not work. So, continue. I'm not going to continue because you kind of understand we're 1 meter, 3 meter, 5 meters. But the cool thing is there's this log. So it tells you, you have trials. So at our first trial, or at 1 meter, we had cotton. It failed. Second trial, you did cotton, and it failed. And then third trial, we did cotton, 3 cottons, and it was a success. So you have data that you can collect and how it went for you in the trials that you did at each way. The 5 meter ones is extremely challenging. There's like only one combination that'll work. And so I usually put a time limit on this because students get crazy and they just want to get it and continue. I can't remember exactly what the combination is, but you can play with it. And it's kind of common sense which one it is, but it kind of gets difficult. So give it a shot, play around with it, use it. It's fun. It's not messy, and you're teaching some really good STEM within it. So like I said before, through this, you're definitely hitting science because you're doing trials and errors and you're retesting, and you're engineering because you're building this thing around this egg. You're talking about, I incorporate physics in this, so Newton's laws, usually in this lesson, talking about force, so we can incorporate the force equation, do a little bit of math involving that. So you have science, you have engineering, and you have some math. What else? I think that's about it. And I have them turned it in on a Google Drive. So fun little game. They get involved. Oh, and technology. I mean, obviously, there's some technology because it's on a computer and it's a module. So I hope you like it and I hope it works out for you and it's something that'll help you in your teaching for all ages. I feel like can use this from kindergarten on up. I mean, if they even through high school, depending on what you have available. So it's a great resource. Have a great day.